What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Social Club, where everyone has a voice, and welcome to the Social Club football event. 31 days, 31 videos. All August long, we're bringing you daily football content, from the NFL to college football and everything in between. Expect videos on Heisman frontrunners, NFL MVPs, bold predictions, hot takes, and more as we gear up for the new season. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a day of football content. We're building more than just content. We're building a community. So make sure to comment your thoughts below every video and let your voice be heard. Other than that, go ahead and pull up a chair, grab a plate, and let's talk football.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Social Club, where you know everybody's got a voice. I'm your host, Serg, and today, as you can see, I'm in more Chiefs gear, so you're probably expecting me to tell you about how we're going to make it back to the bowl, how we've had such a great offseason, and everything else that comes in between. And although I've given you a lot of content on that this month already, today's a little bit different. Now, I advise you to go ahead and grab a hold of your seat, because Kansas City's been busy, both on and off the field, in both good and bad ways. We've got trades, roster shakeups, and a suspension that's been lingering for months, and we're trying to figure out where that's going to put us at. So today, I'm covering the Sky Moore trade that happened right before the weekend, the Derek Nottie trade that popped up by surprise yesterday, and last but not least, the biggest headline in the NFL right now, the update on the Rashee Rice suspension. So let's dive right in. Now, first up, we've got Sky Moore. He is officially out of the picture. This comes as a bit of a surprise, and at the same time it doesn't. Now, if you recall, way earlier in the year, I gave quite a few reasons on the pod as to why I think we needed to get rid of Sky Moore. I can't believe Vici Company actually heard us out here in Chief Kingdom, because we've been praying for the day. And I understand he was on his rookie contract, so we had to let that die out, but this kid has not been productive for years now. We all remember the highlight, the clutch punt return in the AFC Championship, the Super Bowl touchdown catch. But let's be real, outside of those moments, he never lived up to the hype. Years passed, less than 300 yards receiving, and that's just not cutting it when you have to be the most reliable slot receiver for Patty Mahomes. And with Rashee Rice breaking out the way he did, Hollywood Brown getting traded and making the impact he has, and of course the rookie, Xavier Worthy, coming into the picture and making a statement, there just simply wasn't any room for Sky Moore left. You know, it's only so long we can carry an anchor with the team, you know what I mean? So altogether, Sky Moore, I'd love to say it's been a pleasure having you, but truthfully, I mean, you've got to be the biggest bust Veach had in his draft class. In any draft class, truthfully, I mean, you're quite, actually, I'm not going to bash you today. I bashed you the other day, so I'm going to let you live. I think that under the 49ers offense, because I didn't even mention that's where he got traded to, I think Shanahan can utilize him quite well. I think he doesn't really have a choice with Brandon Ayuk being out. I believe that Demarcus Robinson's also out for a suspension for, I think, 3 weeks on what was his suspension for? Substance abuse, something like that. So like, he really doesn't have a receiving core at this point, so he's got no choice but to make Sky Moore work. So, I'd say wish you the best, but truthfully, I could care less. I mean, I got rid of your jersey years ago, and if I'm being honest, after I get off work, I'm probably going to be throwing a block party. I'll drop the address in the comments. Now let's flip it over to the defense, and this was a pretty big one. You know, we lost Derek Nottie a year or so ago, and it honestly was a bit surprising. Reliable run stuffer, longtime Chief, Super Bowl winner, and just like that, boom, done, he's gone. Next thing you know, he signed with the New York Jets out of free agency, and he hasn't even played a snap of regular season football with the guys. You know, they made a few shuffles around in their defensive line, and adding Harrison Phillips, Jawan Briggs, they pretty much made Nottie expendable. Kansas City swooped in, knowing exactly what they were going to get: durability, experience, most of all, familiarity. Now, he's not walking into his starting role just yet. I expect him to be getting reps on some early downs, stuffing the run next to Chris Jones. Truthfully, we just needed some rotational muscle with Super Bowl DNA. Bottom line, Chiefs brought back a known entity, a reliable run stuffer, and with zero learning curve. It's exactly what Spags would want heading back into week 1. And now for the biggest headline. Probably the biggest headline in the NFL as of right now today, the Rashee Rice suspension. Now, the NFL has finally dropped the hammer. Nothing's been finalized yet, everything is still in the courts, but we're forecasting a potential 8-game suspension for the Chiefs' star wideout. Now, interestingly enough, per the league's personal conduct policy, the crime itself only permits about a 6-game suspension. However, due to the severity of the crime at hand, league officials believe that an 8-game suspension is more appropriate for the Chiefs star wideout. Now this is huge. Rashee Rice has become a primary target for Patrick Mahomes over the last 2 years, and although that was cut short last season due to injury caused by Patrick Mahomes, he was already pacing to be a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Catching balls over the middle, fade balls on the outside, consistently moving the chains, and keeping pressure off Travis Kelce. Without him to start off the season, this is definitely going to shake up how our offense is going to look. I don't think we'll be nearly as explosive. So then who steps up to the plate? Hollywood Brown, your speed's going to be massive. We're going to need to rely on that quite a bit. Travis Kelce, you're supposed to be the safety blanket, and I'm really hoping that this year you can be, at least for the time we don't have Rashee. And Xavier Worthy, I'm going to tell you this. You had a great rookie season. No sophomore slumps allowed, brother. Put those pads on, get ready to run, because we're going to be leaning on you pretty heavily. Now here's the kicker though. Suspensions aren't just games missed. It's lost practice time, lost chemistry, lost focus. And when you're trying to get back to the big stage, trying to get back to the Super Bowl, every single rep matters. The Chiefs have Mahomes, the Chiefs have Andy Reid, so don't get me wrong, we're never out of the conversation. But to not have Rashee starting off the season, that's definitely going to put us to a real test. So here's the wrap up. Sky Moore, out of there. Thank God, prayers answered. I think I speak for all of Chiefs Kingdom when I say that. Again, I'll drop the block party address in the comments. Derek Nottie, he's back in Kansas City. Spags, I know you're jumping out of your skin because I'm right there with you. And lastly, Rashee, suspended. Unfortunately, we're still between a 6 and an 8-game suspension as of right now, with a 5-year probation status that I don't know exactly how that's supposed to break down, because he has like time he's supposed to serve as well. I think it's like 30 days or something like that. But truthfully, all things considered, I just hope he gets it out the way. I'd rather it be towards the end of the season after our schedule kind of eases up a bit. But knowing the NFL, that'd be too easy, and that'd be way too nice to the Chiefs. So that's it for the show. If you're riding with the Kingdom this year, guys, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below. If you're praying for our downfall this season, hope we don't make it back to the stage, hope we don't even make it out the AFC Championship, go ahead and put that in the comments too, because I'm ready to talk ball. But all things considered, we're getting close to kickoff. I hope to see you guys on Football Sunday.